So in case you forgot, this weekend there was no new episode of Dragon Ball Super, but that didn't stop Toei from promoting the heck out of next week's episode when Super does return, Dragon Ball Super episode 129, and we have a special 60-second bonus preview that was released on television. Actually, I think it was released on the Dragon Ball Heroes stream last night first, and then later on made it to TV, and it's on the Toei YouTube channel. Now, since it's been released, I was kind of waiting for the translation to get done, and Herms did indeed translate it, and the folks over at RDBZ, shout out to Therese, Emma, Nikki, everyone over there, they went ahead and actually subtitled this. I'm going to leave a link for you guys to watch this over on the Toei page. I haven't seen a subtitle version on YouTube because, I don't know, Toei's probably taking it down, but this is the subbed version of this preview, and I'm going to go through frame by frame like I usually do. This is the extended preview and kind of give you my thoughts on this. This is, again, an exclusive that was on that Hero stream last night, and there were other interesting tidbits on there that I may or may not cover depending on what they actually mean for the future as far as like the heroes and the video game stuff goes. But right now I want to focus on this. So let's go ahead. I have here loaded up on my VLC player. I'm going to go ahead and go through it frame by frame and give you my thoughts on 129. The new 60-second, not 30-second, 60-second teaser. Next episode preview, whatever. Let's go ahead and do it right now. There's Goku in his regular Ultra Instinct Omen. By the way, the version I'm going to link you guys to is much better quality than this one. This one's not the best quality. I'll link you to the official Toei one. With the fate of the universe on the line, there's Jiren and Goku squaring off. There's that spinning move we saw already. The Tournament of Power reaches its final showdown. And I know some people are saying, you know, that they feel like this tournament is predictable, and I kind of get it, but it's like, dude, you kind of knew it was going to be Goku and Jiren, especially when Goku did not beat Jiren or even got close to beating him in episode 109 and 110. You knew they were going to come back and do a rematch, and that's why, you know, people were saying, oh, well, what about Vegito and Vegeta? No, that's not the narrative. The narrative was always Goku and Jiren. So that's what they're doing again. I like that. There's more destruction right there. If you take a real good look there in the middle, you see that center pillar. It's pretty much almost sunk all the way. They have completely destroyed this entire arena right here. It's just, it's a mess of what it used to be. Jiren displays unlimited power. Now, the unlimited power thing, I think, might be a line that's going to be used by certain people to try and justify how strong Jiren is. I don't think they literally mean unlimited power. I don't think it's a literal statement. I think it's just hyperbole. I think Jiren does have power, but obviously there's limits to it because if there weren't, he would never lose, right? So I do think that Goku is just kind of hyping up Jiren. But it's probably the toughest guy he's faced, which we're going to get to here in a minute. And there are all the gods watching. Looks really good, too. I think Kurosawa's animating this, so it should be a fun episode. Let me go back and show you guys that shot right there. Look at that. All right, look at this shot here of Jiren. Look at this. See how the explosion from his forehead? I think he's gonna be using that move again, where he uses his mind to stop you. So that's pretty cool. Now I'm gonna read what Goku said there. Jiren displays unlimited power, surpassing those I've battled before, like Vegeta, Freeza, Cell, or Buu. Now what's interesting? Ugh, that's a bad blurry shot right there. Ugh, not the best. But that's Goku blocking all the moves. Now, what I find interesting is Goku's naming all the Dragon Ball Z villains, right, from the major 4 Dragon Ball Z story arcs. The Vegeta arc, Freeza, Cell, and Buu. Those are the main 4 arcs if you were divided up like that. But he doesn't name, like, nobody from Super. Like, obviously Frieza was in Super, but he doesn't name Beerus. So maybe Jiren has not surpassed Beerus. Difficult to say. We haven't seen Beerus as Max yet. And he also does not name, like, Merge Zamasu. But it could just be that they're doing it for nostalgic purposes. But I did find it interesting that Goku does not name anybody from Super, just Z villains. He truly is the strongest opponent. Well, we kind of knew that, right? I like this shot here of Goku and him fighting. I just want the fight to be good, dude. Just real, it looks like it's going to be very fast. Goku says, still for the sake of my comrades who have fought alongside me. I like that right there when he dodges that move. more, midair flight. I guess it's jumping. Who knows? It could actually be flying at this point. Who really knows? And for the sake of everyone waiting back on Earth, I can't give up now. And there's a great shot right there. That's a great Kurosawa shot. So this is what I was kind of talking about in my review about how this whole fight is basically predicated on the idea that it's all about like trust, and everybody trusts Goku to win this thing. And Jiren doesn't trust anybody but himself, counting on people and whatnot. And I like that. I like that a lot. I like that kind of dichotomy between two characters. When faced with a truly, and there's Whis probably wanking himself to Goku achieving the true Ultra Instinct. When faced with a truly desperate situation, my whole body starts glowing silver. So Goku himself refers to it as silver. I've been saying that for a while, that people are calling him Goku Blanco and Super Saiyan White. It's not Super Saiyan White. That's not what this is. This is Mastered Ultra Instinct. But Goku himself says it's not white, it's silver. And it is silver. But silver is like gray, so it looks whitish. I'm not going to say that's bad. And certainly when he powers up, it looks like white hair. But at the end of the day, it's going to end up being silver. We've seen that shot before. We haven't seen this before, though. I like that quickness. The true Ultra Instinct. Greater than the Ultra Instinct up until now. So it pretty much just talks about, again, pretty obvious stuff here. Goku achieving the ultimate form. Now, this shot I want to real quick put some focus on here. Goku's doing the Kamehameha. And this is the shot, I believe, he's coming in for a big Kamehameha. Probably a very similar one to the one he hit K-Flow with. I think that's a throwback here we're going to get. And Jiren, if you remember the other next episode preview, just blocks it with one hand and sends Goku away. Right here as you see the big explosion, Goku says that move finally goes into action. The strongest... Whoa, that went by way too fast, folks. He says... Ooh... The strongest versus the strongest. An unprecedented ultimate final battle begins. Of course, they're gonna hyperbolize it. So Goku hits this big Ultra Instinct Kamehameha. It looks like Jiren's gonna tank it. That's what it looks like to me. See right there? Right there. He just tanks it and Goku goes flying back. So like I said, I have a feeling that in episode 129, it'll be a decent even fight. But at the end of the day, Jiren's gonna beat him, and that's gonna somehow, at some point, trigger Goku's final transformation in Dragon Ball Super. What exactly is this true Ultra Instinct? And again, they're kind of hyping up the mystery, but it's pretty easy to figure out. It's just the mastery of self, the mastery of self movement, offensive and defensive. Goku's body mutates. People have been asking me, well, Geekdom, why is it that Saiyans mutate, but the Angels and Beerus and them don't when they do Ultra Instinct? Well, we haven't really seen Beerus use it. I mean, people think that we have, but we as far as I know, we haven't seen him use it. Maybe he has, but we haven't really. And Whis obviously knows it because he's Whis. But that being said, I think that with Saiyans specifically, there's a mutation involved versus other races. And then I love this shot right here of Jiren's eyes turning. And right there, you see the silver hair. You can see the silver hair there. Now, some are going to say, well, that's more Goku's dark hair with an aura. That's what I thought too, but it looks silvery right there. And who will be left standing at the end? Now, there's a cool thing right here I want to show y'all. There's Jiren. Don't miss the shocking developments. And this pretty much just says like the Japanese text here is talking about like what time the show airs. So take a look at this real quick. Yeah, Dragon Ball Super airs 9 a.m. every Sunday. That's in Japan, by the way. I want to go back and show y'all something real quick. So notice this shot right here of Goku. I think what ends up happening is he gets up. And when he gets up, his shirt like rips off by itself. Like the power that's pulsating from his body destroys and deteriorates his shirt. I don't think it's a case where his shirt comes off during the fight. I think right here when he goes into Mastered Ultra Instinct, that is when it comes off. And there's Goku looking very scary with the serious eyes and the glowing silver eyes, which have always been creepy, and the glowing white hair, which is going to end up being silver. Be sure and watch. So that is the 1 minute, 60-second breakdown that I'm providing to you guys of the new preview for Dragon Ball Super episode 129. What do you think? I think it's going to look great. I'm looking forward to seeing how the fight's animated. I just want to see a great fight. There's been some letdowns in this series, some disappointments lately. It does feel a bit rushed, but I'm hoping that this fight, even though it's only going to be a couple of episodes, I'm hoping that it's non-stop action from start to finish and it becomes one of the great all-time Dragon Ball fights. I hope so. That's all we can hope so. But it definitely looks great. It looks great so far. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. And thank you guys as always. Tomorrow on Geekdom 101, unless some big news breaks, I'm going to bring you a video. The newest edition of the strongest in Dragon Ball. The most dangerous techniques. Most deadly and dangerous moves in Dragon Ball. You're going to enjoy that because there's some surprising moves from the past that have not been brought up in quite some time. I think you'll like that. See y'all then. Thank you for your support, and I hope you have a good one.